out, and even during COVID-19, you pressing your way out. Thank you for keeping yourselves healthy and staying safe. God bless y'all. I thank God for a ministry like ours. It's so different, you know. I was listening to some pastors talk about their mega ministries and how they can't have service because their churches are too big. And I'm like, well, we just right. Amen. So this is the time to thank God for a small ministry so we can be more effective. And they're like, well, you know, we need to figure out how to do ministry like the small ministry you do because we are too big to do ministry, so we got to be creative. And we still have to be creative also. So God is good. He's working things out. I thank God for what he's doing in our ministry, in our lives, amen, in your life. Thank God for the testimonies. Oh my goodness. Yes. You know, I love to hear the testimonies because I know God is still moving in your lives, and it lets us know that there are others other than us that God is moving and he's doing things. And sometimes even in your own personal life, you may not see God doing anything, but he is active. You just have to see it. Amen. You got to see it. Well, I want to hold up. I want to get into this word today. Amen. God is so good. We had a birthday party for my granddaughter yesterday. And I was reluctant to have it because of COVID-19, but my daughter did, so we had the birthday party, and it was awesome. Her birthday is not until Tuesday, but they were celebrating her birthday early because it's the weekend, a long weekend. So she woke up yesterday about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning going, "It's my birthday. It's time to have a birthday." And she was passionate about her birthday. You know, this is my birthday. And I'm praying, Lord, let this girl go back to sleep. Because it's too early in the morning for a birthday. The party's not till 4 o'clock in the morning, the afternoon. But she was hyped about her birthday. And I got to thinking about that. I have been already meditating on this passion. Because a lot of times we are passionate people, but we're passionate sometimes about a lot of different things. You have to ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What gets you going in the morning? What excites you? What motivates you? What gets you going? What gets you going in the morning? What gets you excited about life? We need passion, but we have to be careful what our passion leads to. Passion, Wikipedia says, is a feeling of intense enthusiasm towards or compelling desire for something or someone. Passion can range from eager interest in an admiration or an idea, a proposal or cause, to enthusiastic enjoyment of an interest or activity, to strong attraction, excitement, or emotion towards a person. So we can be passionate about someone. We can be passionate about something. And some people are just passionate about everything. You know, you run into them. So, but if you haven't discovered your passion, life will give you momentary passions that are fleeting. This is why you need to know what is your passion. What really gets you going in the morning? What gets you excited about life? And we have all these passions. Don't confuse passion with your gift, because your gift may not be that passionate, but it's your gift is something you can do. But your passion, what gets you going? What gets you excited? Man, my granddaughter was so hyped up about her birthday party, but she's not hyped up like that about going to school and classes. She could care less about that stuff, but she's passionate. We're passionate about the things we want to be passionate about. Sometimes people are passionate about comfort. Comfort. You know, you like being comfortable sitting on the couch. I'm going to get on that couch today. I'm going to get my passionate food, my passion food, my food's a passion. I'm going to be passionate about sitting back and being able to chill. I'm passionate about the football game, passionate about the baseball game. We have passion for a lot of different things. But the thing about passion, we have to ask ourselves, sometimes passion is like football and they have to kick the field goal. The guy kicks the field goal to win the game. He kicks it and the ball goes wide left. He's not even close. But the next guy comes up to kick the football, or the next team comes up to kick the football, and it's tie game. They need a field goal. and he kicks it, and it hits the upright and bounces off, but doesn't go in. Who wins the game? No one. Because it's like passing. You can have passing, but if it's not directed in the right place, it's not passing at all. See, passing has to be passing for something. Because like I was telling my son Josh last night, if you have passing for a girl, or you have passion for something that's not, that's fleeting, it's not going to last long. And if you have passion for somebody that doesn't have the same passions or desires you have, then what they have, what they want out of life is not going to be conducive to what you want out of life.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a certain person, you're going to be in government, you're going to be a teacher, you need somebody that has some sort of passion towards what you're doing. Because if they have nothing going with you're going, then it won't work. So you have to be passionate. And what happens is if you're passionate about a person and they leave you, or you're passionate about a thing and you get the thing, over time that passion will be gone because you got it now. Or the person left you.
All right.
And the cycle starts over and you're looking for something to be passionate about. And that's what happens with the misdirected passion. Our passion has to be directed towards something. It can't be directed towards comfort, because once you get to be comfortable, you get too comfortable and be fighting over your comfort. Don't mess up my comfort. Don't mess up my comfort. I like my view in my living room to my backyard. And if you mess up my grass, you mess up with my comfort. So we can have misdirected passion, but misdirected passion is no passion at all. And so our passion has to be directed to something. And the Bible says, as a man thinks, so is he. If this is what you're all about, if you're all about this one thing, then if it's not the right thing, then your passion is misplaced. Jesus knew what he was passionate about. And in John chapter 2, verses 13 to 20, Jesus goes into the temple and he sees the animals being sold for sacrifices and the exchange of money, and begins to clear everyone out of the temple. He commands them to stop turning his father's house into a marketplace. It's the temple. It's a place of worship. It's a place where you are. He's passionate about his worship. He's passionate about his father's temple. He's passionate about the things of God. He's passionate about those things. Those are the things that are most important. And Jesus is passionate about it. He's so passionate about it that he gets upset and he starts chasing them out of the temple, because what they're trying to do is they turn it into a marketplace. In other words, their passion was misdirected. Their passion became about making that money.
That's what it was.
We got to not worship. The temple was made for worship, but they got passionate about making cash. And what they were doing was they would get the animals, they would find animals that were barely good. In the Old Testament, you had to bring your best sacrifice, the best animal, the best baby, the best one, the best calf, the best cow. You had to bring your best. But what they were doing was they were buying blind sheep and things that were messed up, and they didn't bring their own sacrifice to the temple. They came to the temple empty-handed and bought the sacrifice. The reason for the sacrifice was to bring something you raised up, to bring something you cared about. You had that little Fido, and you've been bringing up that cattle for a long time. You invested a lot into this chicken, or you invested a lot into this dog. You invested into it. And when you bought it, you hated to see it go, but it was a sacrifice.
Yeah.
See, if worship, if the thing about God, if your passion is not where it's supposed to be, you'll put it somewhere else. So they started putting their passion towards not to showing up empty-handed. I can't wait to get there. I hope I can buy a nice sheep. No, your passion now is misdirected. Your passion should have been bringing the right sacrifice to God. See, our passion is misplaced because we put passion in the wrong place. I want to be comfortable. No, but that's okay. It's nice to be comfortable, but God wants you to be passionate about his things. So our passion is misdirected, there's no passion at all. So my passion has to be toward the things of God. they took worship out and they kept worship, but the main focus became making money. See, when our passion is misdirected to making money, or to meeting the next person, or to buying the next thing, or to get this and to get that, then our passion becomes misdirected, and we're excited about things, and we want people to know we're excited about it. Oh, I got my new kitchen set. Oh, I got my new living room set. Oh, my child just graduated from college. Those are good things. Nothing wrong with them, but don't put all of your passion in that one place. God still wants to be passionate about his things.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
So he says he commands them to stop turning his father's house into a marketplace. And verse 17 of John chapter 2 says, then his disciples remembered this prophecy from the scripture. It says this, in Psalm 69:9, passion for God's house will consume me. In other words, passion for the things of God will take over me. The passion for God's thing, that's going to consume me. That's what I'm all about. That's what my mind is. All my other passions are good, but as long as I bring them with me to the house of worship, as long as I bring them with me into prayer, as long as I bring them with me into the Word of God, as long as I bring those passions that I have outside, bring them to God. How is this good for God? Yes, I like my comfort. Yes, I like my yard. Yes, I like those things. I love my family and my passion is to them. But how can I bring all that together and worship God?
Yes, Lord.
What good is a nice view from your window when you have nobody else there? So you have to bring those things that you love in life, bring them and use them to the glory of God. And it's all about other people. We can't get all focused on our own personal passions, and this is mine, and this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I gotta have out of life, and I gotta get this, and I gotta get that. And they're fleeting if it's misdirected. And it's no passion at all. The Apostle Paul understood this. He says, brethren, in Romans chapter 10, verse 1 to 3, he says this, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is what? Is that they might be saved. My heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal or a passion of God, but not according to knowledge. In other words, they have a passion. But it wasn't misdirected. It was in the wrong place. It was in their religion and not in relationship. They denied God through Jesus Christ, but they wanted to say, I have a relationship with God, but they did not want to accept the Son of God. So their zeal, their passion was in the wrong place. It was in the religion and not the relationship. When you put the religion before the relationship, it's misdirected passion. He says they have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. In other words, their knowledge was messed up, so their zeal was misdirected. If you don't know, you can't go in the right direction. If you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get other people to go with you? If you don't know what you should be passionate for, then how are other people going to follow your passion? There are many people today that don't know what they're passionate about. They're passionate about work. That's okay. They're passionate about this girl, this guy. That's okay. They're passionate about this money. That's okay. But what is really going to get you? Then where other people can say, yeah, I can get on board with that passion. Because if you have a passion for money, so does the other guy. If you have a passion for the next date, so does the other person. That's misdirected passion. Directed passion is towards something that's going to take me towards God. Take me and bring with me to in front of God and say, look what I got for you. This is my passion, and he's my passion, and I want y'all to see what I'm passionate about. Here's my passion. I want my wife and children to see my passion for God. Yes, I'm passionate about some things. I'm not saying you can't be passionate about things, but I'm saying take that and use it and bring it to God and use that and coordinate it with Him. He says, I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves to the righteousness of God. They establish their own righteousness through religion. In other words, if you wear the right thing, if you say the right thing, if you're doing this and you're going to church, you establish a religion, but you have no relationship. You can become passionate about where, I've seen this, you can become passionate about wearing dresses and not pants. But that's religion. You can be passionate about, I don't wear no makeup. That's religion, not relationship. A man say, I'm passionate. You gotta have on your suit jacket, pastor, or your collar. You can be passionate about that thing, but it has nothing to do with righteousness in Christ. It has nothing to do with his relationship with me. Those things are misdirected, and this is the problem they had. They had misdirected passion.
That's good.
So he says, my heart's desire and prayer for God, for Israel, for this, that they might be saved. They cannot be saved with no passion. Man, you've got to have some passion for people to see what you're passionate about. You have a passion for God to see that they need Jesus. I'm passionate about my relationship with him because I want people to know, man, it's only through him that I have my being, that I have my life, that I have my health, that I have my strength. It's through him. And I have his righteousness. See, they had zeal, they had passion, but it was misdirected. Paul said, I testify to this. He says, I can testify to this in Philippians 3:6. I can testify to what I'm saying about this. He said that he proved his zeal by persecuting the Christians. Paul says, I had zeal. I had zeal in persecuting Christians. I was excited about it. I woke up in the morning, how many Christians we going to put in jail today? He had a zeal for it. He said, I had a misdirected zeal for persecuting Christians. It was misdirected. And misdirected passion is no passion at all. See, we can't have a zeal for the wrong thing. I don't care about, I don't want you, but your zeal has to be in your worship, and zeal in prayer, zeal in coming towards God, and being in his presence, a zeal for the things of God. How is God working in the passions that you have every day? How is he working in that? See, it'll change the way you get passionate about some things. When you get passionate about the wrong thing, you're like, okay, I know this ain't right. I like this way too much.
Yes, Lord.
I like this too much. I wake up thinking about this.
Jesus.
I go to bed thinking about this. I dream of this. And God has nothing to do with it. It's misdirected. So when I'm thinking about the Lord, when my mind is stayed on him, when my heart is about the things of God, that's passion that's directed in the right place. And I have to have my passion rightfully made. So your gift is not your passion, but it will lead you to Christ. Your gift is what God has given you. But the gift is supposed to be the jumping point to your passion. You got to give. If you can sing, it's okay. I'm giving to sing, but you singing the wrong thing. But you singing the wrong thing. You ain't singing about Jesus. You singing about the world and the next guy, girl, whatever. You got to give. But unless the gift is passionate towards God, it's no gift at all. People will pay for it, but God's not honored in it. Is God glorified in your gift? You got gifts, and many of us have gifts. I have a gift of writing. I can write. I have no problems writing. I'm writing. But if I'm not writing about God, if I'm not writing a passion, it's a misdirected gift. It's being used in the wrong way. It's still a gift. The Bible says his gifts are come without repentance. He gives the gift. And there's no requirement from your part. But it's up to you to say, you know what, I'm using my gift for the Lord. And so you have to understand that, because you can have a gift and don't use it right. If you don't know what you're passionate about, if you're single, like I said before, if you're single and you don't know what you're passionate about, you'll gravitate towards the wrong people who won't help you with your gift. And they won't help you be passionate about God. So you have to gravitate to the right thing. So you have to be passionate about the things of God.
Yes, right, amen.
How do we show passion?
Yes, sir.
How do we show passion? Number one, we think about it all the time. The Bible says a man thinks, so is he. We think about it all the time. This is not just to call you out, but this is to help you understand what are you passionate about, and is it right passion?
That's good.
Is it misdirected, or is it directed towards the things of God? Are you physically and energetically moved toward it? There's some things that move us that should not move us. I know I'm preaching now.
Oh, you teaching, brother.
You physically and energetically move towards it. That's your passion. You connect with it because you love it. Amen. See, I want us to see, because this hit me at home. You know, I'm sitting out looking at my window and I look at my little view and I'm like, okay, we done took this thing. We need to bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. You get a gleam in your eye. Woo! She's so fine. Woo! You get a gleam. And it makes you smile. There's nothing wrong with having passion. But is your passion directed in the right place? See, I want my passion to be put in the right place. I need everything I'm excited about put in perspective where God can be glorified in what I like. See, I need God to be glorified. See, He wants to be glorified. Why? Because if He's glorified in the things that I like, He will bless the things I like and make room for those things that I like and be a blessing in those things, and I'll be a blessing, and God gets the glory for the things I like. The things I smile about, God is in that situation, and I make sure He's in it.
That's right.
I need to make sure that God has given you the passion for some things, but make sure it glorifies Him. There's some things that we need to cut loose, absolutely. There's some things we need to let go completely, and we're passionate about it, but God is not glorifying it, and we say, okay, wait a minute, I need to take this misdirected passion and transform. See, there's some things that we get directed towards naturally, just because you were a man. But you have to also harness that with the Holy Spirit and say, Lord, I need you to take that passion I have for this and change it for you. And sometimes it takes some things that we have to do. We have to do some fasting, some prayer, some call, crying, and we have to do that. There's some things that women have to do the same thing. They have to say, Lord, I'm passionate about this, but I need to let it go because it does not bring you glory. I need to be passionate, but my passion has to be in Christ. See, I want Jesus to walk into my life, and I want Him to see the things that's going on in my life, and I don't want Him to take out a whip and start chasing the things out of my life. See, I want Christ to come into my life, and I want Him to see my life, and I want Him to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things, I'll make you ruler over many. See, I want Him to see, Lord, I can be trusted, I'm faithful and trustworthy about the things that He's given me. I want Him to see that, and I want Him to come and say, great job, Joe. Great job. Keep up the good work, son. I want to be excited about coming into my life. Amen. I want to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. I got your back, son. I got your back, daughter. I got you. I got you. I got you. You've been a blessing. I got you. And see, we have to have our passion directed in the right place. And we have to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Amen? We have to check ourselves. Check your passion. Check it. If you're faithful, if you're passionate about your children, I can see some people are really passionate about their children. That's a great thing. But are your children being directed towards God?
That's right, that's right.
Yes, you're passionate about them. That's good. I'm passionate about mine. But I want them to also know who God is.
Amen.
Amen. So there's things we're passionate about that are really good, but make sure the passion is directed in the right place. The Bible says train them up in the way they should go. When they're old, they will not depart. If you're not training them like God said train them, then you're misdirecting them.
That's right.
Yes. That's right.
I've heard scary things in my life. I've heard people say, you know, I don't teach my kids any religion. They get to pick it for themselves. Not me. Not me. No, no, no. No. They're children. They have to be trained in a direction. They're born with a bent, an automatic bent, like a tree. They're born with a bent. And a bent has to be straightened out. That's why it says train them up, because they have a bent automatically when they're born. And so you train them. I have a tree in my yard, and the tree, when I first planted it, it was actually going all kind of ways. And I had to take a cable from your cell phone cable that died. I said, I gotta use this cable. I paid too much money for this cable. What am I using this cable for? So I kept it. And when my tree started going all kind of directions, I said, wrap that thing around that tree, straighten it up. Now it's going straight up.
Right.
So you have to do your children like this, to train them up. If you don't train them, they'll be misdirected in what their passions are.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've heard people say things that are crazy to me. It's like they choose their own religion. Really? They're going to think if they want to be same sex or different sex, they can choose. Train them.
Yes.
It's so imperative we train them in a way they should go, because if you don't train them, someone else will. The world will train your children. The world will give you something to be passionate about. If you're not passionate about anything, the world will give you daily passions. Oh, it's COVID-19. Now you're passionate about that. When it's done, the next thing comes, you're passionate about that. The next president comes, you're passionate about that. And they keep coming and going. Your passion constantly changes because it's not directed anywhere. Jesus says, come unto me, all you burdened and heavy laden, I will give you rest. He wants to be the passion in your life. He commands to be the passion in your life. Seek first the kingdom of heaven and all his righteousness, all these things will be added. He demands to be the first thing in your life.
Yes, Lord.
Stand to your feet.
Yes, Lord. That's good.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. If you know Jesus, I want to encourage every Christian,
Oh, my Lord.
get your passion in Christ. Keep your passion towards him. Keep your passion towards the things that he, even if you have to stay home and you can't go nowhere, you're locked in. Stay passionate about the things of God. Don't get sidetracked. Misdirected passion is no passion at all.